Even. Even.
Hi. I will need to multitask a little in between, but
No worries.
I think I'll just do the sound a little bit louder. Ah, a lot of people coming in. Yeah, it's so good to sit with you and to feel that in which everything is happening.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Just feel a lot of energy. Yeah, like some excitement and things moving that um, sometimes then the system feels a bit of fear, but when I'm sitting with you and also more and more I can do it a little bit myself, I come back to, like
Yes.
all is well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Mm.
Exactly. Thanks for asking.
Mm.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, Kamal.
Hello, Isaac. Every time after speaking with you, I feel like so on cloud nine, I would say. So happy, and I have no words for it. The state is like so good. And usually it lasts for me no more than one day. And I question myself, like, what's the difference? And I think it's probably because your attention is always on the self. And my attention goes to, like, okay, I have these problems, how do I solve them? Or some traumas, feelings, pains, and I try to investigate it. So my question is, if I make this choice to keep my attention more on the self, all these traumas that we have, some conflicts in the mind, do they get dissolved automatically, or is it actually necessary to do this work and review the stuff in the mind?
You always have such great questions.
Thank you.
To me, it seems like we're dealing with a habit that has been conditioned from very young. And that habit has been to be focusing on the content of awareness, thoughts, feelings, judgments, problems, solutions. And so I'd say for most expressions of life that we call people, that's been the predominant habit. Not wrong, not bad, but at some point what happens is there's a question. Okay, so that's the habit, and then somehow, if we look like something happens and we just we have to say we're more resting as without needing to do anything. No effort involved in that resting. It's just being what we've always been, actually. And it's peaceful, it's beautiful. But because it's such an old habit, you could say, to come back to interpreting sensations and interpreting everything, which, if I have to put that conditioning in words, it's like somehow we've been conditioned that we should know what's going on. And if we don't, then we kind of stupid or out of it or something like that. I don't know if you can relate to that. So, but if we really look honestly in this moment, like what, again, it's my way of speaking. You can just see if it resonates with your knowing. So at this moment, we're living in a field of information. You could say light, sound, gravity, temperature, smell, taste, touch. So our senses actually can pick up a very small band of the information in which we live. It's actually really small because we don't pick up on infrared or ultraviolet or like it's a tiny band. And then I'll try and speak louder, but thanks, Anya. So we living in this tiny band, and almost always whatever we perceive gets interpreted through our conditioning. And we end up with a perception, which we think is real. But because it's an interpretation, in a way you could say it's like a waking dream. It's not real. But that's not the way most people see it. Most people think the way they see things is the way it is, actually. Even though clearly it's not. And that's a habit from very young in life. And if we look honestly in this moment, we don't even know what's going on in our bodies, let alone the world. I don't think Trump or Putin or anybody knows what's going on, actually. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like we don't know. That's the thing. It's like we don't know. We look at someone and, we can sense sometimes their system is more flowing and sometimes it's more contracted. But we have no idea actually what's going on, So very often we take that personally and think it's personal to us or personal to them or all this. So we live in an idea, you could say, thinking that we know what's going on, when if we look honestly, we don't, actually. And to not know is not, it's like, it's not been our condition. Our conditioning is to at least think we know, and at least disagree with everyone around us some of the time, so it looks like our perspective is the right one. Anyone who doesn't agree with us obviously has their head up their ass or something. So is that you can recognize that happens in where you live in the world?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and so it's a funny kind of thing because and then we talk about science but even in science it's like so crazy because it keeps new discoveries, and what we thought was true 20 years ago isn't true anymore. It's like, or history, wow. People have an idea of history. We don't know what's going on now, and yet at some point somebody will write a history of this time.
Yeah, that's true. Especially with health issues, sometimes even the doctors, they put the bulb, the light inside your stomach, but they don't know what's going on. So true.
I mean, they're all doing their best, but again, you go to a Chinese doctor, they have their perspective. You go to an Ayurvedic doctor, they have their perspective, and they all have some results that are amazing, and some that doesn't work, and so lots of different ideas. The one thing that I know is that when there's just resting and there's not much thought in my mind, on the screen, so to speak, I won't even say on my mind because I don't, for me, there's no such thing as a mind. The way I use language, mind is thought. If there's no thought, there's no mind. It's just like that. There's no existing thing called the mind. You can't find it if you look for it. You can find thinking. That's it. But people use words differently too. Some people use mind in a very different way. So what I know is we just here. And I know that ultimately what we have to give each other is attention. And to the extent that attention is habituated to seeing each other as objects, we don't really see each other. It seems like people are having difficulty hearing me. Let me just go to my settings for a second and see if I can adjust anything.
I can hear you okay. I don't know.
You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Let's see if that makes a difference. Does that help anybody? That's better? Okay, cool. Anything else I can do? Okay. Thanks. Keep letting me know, because I don't know how this sounds on your end. So, but anyway, we're here, and what we have to give this moment is our attention. Now, again, our attention has been conditioned through language, through our culture, through our families, to see everything as nouns. So we say a tree, or we say Kamal as a noun. And usually we meet someone and we form an impression of them, and then we never meet them again. We just relate to our idea of them. So it's like right now, what I call Kamal is information. I could say there's awareness, and then there's whatever conditioned patterns and traumas that are there. But to me, that's not Kamal. Those are patterns that play, or a personality that plays, but it's not you. So I'm just resting with that, which is seen through those eyes, which is seen through these eyes. It's the same. And then what I've noticed when there's a resting like that, it shows up as a very sweet flow. It's not boundaries, and you could say it's a flow of love or something like that, but it's not conditional. It's not wanting anything or needing anything or needing you to be any special way. It's just resting and enjoying. So this idea of working on something usually comes with this wanting something to be different. So the moment, you can call it an agenda, but as soon as there's a wanting something to be different, what it does is it feeds it gives it energy in a certain way. So there is a kind of inquiry that doesn't have to do with making it bigger. It's like, to me, when there's just the resting, it's not going through the filter of me or I. It's just life can happen. Whatever old information there is shows up or doesn't. It's not so relevant anymore. It's not. So the capacity, as I understand Ramana's invitation, which to me is the clearest invitation, it's just no matter what rises, if you ask who's aware of that, the only answer can be I am. And the question, who am I, isn't really a mental question at all. It's just an invitation again, just to rest as that space in which everything's appearing. In most of us, there's a residue of what we believe or have been told will make us happy. So that includes having the right partner, having the right job, having the right amount of money, having the right lifestyle, feeling safe, I mean, all, but it's so funny when we're just resting, none of that is important. There's no lack of anything. In the moment there's a residue of momentum of running after something, then it feels like there's something missing, there's something wrong, or something we have to fix or get or accomplish. Then we're living in like when we're living in a projection of what we think will make us happy, which actually is suffering, it doesn't work.
I just realized when you were speaking that what made me go into the mind and sort of solve all these problems was the idea that whatever it is now is not good and I have to fix it. And if I don't do something about it, then I would feel like sort of guilty and responsible. Okay, you have problems, you gotta solve it. So this exactly
And
like you said.
So what that does is it makes a sense of me seem real. When we're just resting, a sense of me gets very thin or gets quiet, you could say, because there's just presence.
Yeah, and if I don't have this idea that something is wrong with life, however it is now, then actually there will be no impulse to do something about it. But then I have one more subtle question about it. I've been to spiritual communities and I noticed this like phenomenon when people try to learn about it, meditate, and there is a phenomenon called like spiritual bypassing when people actually have some problem, but they say, okay, I'm gonna meditate. I don't do anything about it. Like for example, I knew one person, he's like have no money at all and for 7 years no job, and he's not even making effort to find a job, but he's struggling, like struggling to survive, something like this, and many phenomena like this. So how do I distinguish inside myself when something is actually needs action? Because yeah, I understand it with simple things. Okay, if I want to pee, I will go get up and go to the toilet, like it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
But with things like job, for example, if you need money or something, but how do I know this when I need to take action, or just rest and let the universe like sort of solve and this situation?
Yeah, it's a beautiful question. It's like it's kind of when people kind of drop into resting and they get a deep sense that there's no one here and it's just this presence in which everything is appearing. Sometimes that gets conceptualized or turned into a concept which shows up as what some people call spiritual bypassing. So, like in all of us, it seems that there's old conditioning, old habits, old information that will show up in our daily lives. one of the most predominant is the habit to put pressure on ourselves. We call it, in the modern day, stress. So if we look at what stress is, it's a feeling of pressure and the feeling of not having enough time, something like that. Yeah? And with it, oftentimes a sense, it's like existential. If you stop running, you're going to die. So this constant pressure in running, 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 running. And when our nervous system is seen through that filter, it's very hard to see clearly, because it feels like we don't have time to stop. And it feels like if we stop, we're going to die. It's so, and it's such a prevalent habit. So, like something happens and maybe for a few moments, you could call it grace or luck, something stops and we have a deep feeling all is well. And maybe it lasts a day or two, sometimes it can be a month even for something, it just depends. But then the old habits come back again. And so it's like, how does the system start to recognize that it doesn't have to put pressure on itself? It really doesn't have to do that. Somewhere we learned it. I don't think a baby is born with it. But it's like somehow that habit gets learned. And I don't know your experience, but when you're around someone that's highly stressed, I don't know how pleasant it is for you to be around someone like that. Usually it's not so pleasant, yeah, because through that filter, the only possibilities would be to see you as an object. And, when someone doesn't see us or doesn't feel us, it usually doesn't feel very good. So somehow this interest has come in you to enjoy your life, to meet this moment beautifully, to be peace itself, to be unconditional love, whatever words you want to use to describe that. And so, now there's a learning that's happening. That interest is the context. That's the container, you could say. Now it's starting to notice what facilitates that capacity to just rest and know deeply, not conceptually, deeply know all is well, all is, all just simply is, not even all is well, it's just. And for me, that's like a moment by moment inquiry, a moment by moment love affair. It's like, wow, anything that moves out of that sweetness. I know that there's been a change in a focus of attention, then it appears like there's something wrong somewhere, and I know that there isn't. Absolutely no. It's like, so keep coming with the good questions. Digest what what we
Thank you
spoke.
so much.
Yeah,
Thank you so
okay.
much, Isaac.
Yeah. Thanks. Mm. If there's anything that I speak that you don't understand or you don't agree with, please feel free to bring it. It's just like, I'm not looking that you have to agree with me or anything like that. It's just like pointing in a way that might be useful. So, yeah. Bettina, I go afterwards, but Bettina first. Hey, Bettina.
Hi. I have two issues, and there's a trying to deal with them. It's still with my old landlord. It's not finished. It's starting again. It's about money. He want to give back my money. So yeah, and during this time, actually, I noticed high blood pressure in me, and there is a thought that is somehow connected. Just a few words. And I try to not to involve so much, but it's not so easy.
I
Yeah.
understand, look, dealing with, you could call it the marketplace, the bill, it's dealing with money. So, it's like,
Actually, it's not, it's about money. The issue is money. It's right.
yeah.
But there is something deeper in it because, yeah, it's about, and I can speak it in English, right and or wrong. It's because it feels so wrong what he
Wrong.
did. Yeah.
Yes, no, I understand. Look, I think we've all experienced that many, many, many times. It's just like, and so then the question is, how do you deal with it? So okay, there's a practical side. It's like, and I mean, there's a few questions.
Mhm.
One is it worth the energy it's going to take to get the money? So that's a very practical, it's like, here the guys, from your perspective, not being fair, not being righteous.
Totally not fair.
Yeah. And so now, and in a way, that's why there's all these laws and stuff, because like people will have had issues over the centuries with this kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, but like, so the one thing is, yes, it touches something when someone maybe that you've had a long-term connection with turns out and is not being honest or right or whatever you want to call it. But then
It's totally unfair. It feels like it's totally
yeah,
unfair.
Unfair, yeah. So okay, so then what does that have to do with you?
Yeah, it produces feelings and contractions in the system. So that's
Yeah.
what it has to do with me, because it happens here.
Yeah, so that happens, and I think all of us. I mean, sometimes I know I've got to write a letter to someone. Someone doesn't pay me back when you buy something online and they don't send you your money back when they said they would, and all, and you send the money, that stuff back. And got to have this conversation. Simple as. So, okay, and I understand, it's like it touches something.
Yeah. And there's another one thing. I'm the lawyer. He assisted me. He wrote a letter to him, and then now this whole thing is going on again. And with this lawyer, it also doesn't feel well, because he wrote me a letter back. How could you? Yeah, I don't could speak that in English, because how would you react? But that's also, didn't feel assisted from him all the time. But
Yeah.
that's another layer. Though I would love to say, let me alone. But
yeah. So that's what I was saying. It's like, for me, when something like this comes up, of course there's a touch. And then the next thing is, how much energy do I want to invest in it? Is it, okay, if it's $100 or $10 or whatever, sometimes something bites in and doesn't care. It just wants to fight. It wants to.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, there's also a practical side. How much energy do I want to put into this? Is it worth?
Nothing. No.
Is it worth it? So, you start going into lawyers, and then you got to pay the lawyers, and
No, that's clear that I can do. That's clear. I don't have to think about.
Yeah. But then you're dealing with, okay, someone's being unfair, and touches anger, powerlessness,
Yeah.
wanting to make them pay, wanting to get even, revenge, or, I mean, many layers.
Yeah.
Going to touch, and okay, so all those layers are there, and then okay, are any of them really interesting to me to go into? It's not, it's just like you've seen you go down that track. You've done what you practically can. You've gone to a lawyer.
Yes.
Now you're in the next layer of.
Yeah.
And so now you're here now. Okay. Is it, no one can answer this for you. Is it worth continuing the fight? And you just sit with that question and just see it for yourself. And again, no one can tell you that. Sometimes it is worth continuing the fight. It really is. It's like, it doesn't even matter how much money it is. It's just like something goes, no, this is not right.
Not right. Yes.
Yeah, and then I'm going to fight. But then also seeing where somewhere it moves and you into suffering. You see it's not right, and that's clear. And then you can watch the difference between just discernment. Yes, it's not right. That's discerning. But where it goes into a judgment, no, some judgment or whatever, like somewhere where your system pays a price for it. You see, I mean, you just see, no, it's not right. I don't.
It's somehow a deeper level or older level with this fighting against life, I would like to say, because life is often unfair. So
yeah. And sometimes it's worth fighting for it, just going, no, I'm sorry, that's not the agreement.
Yeah.
And be honorable or
There's on the one hand is this feeling it's not absolutely not okay, and I'm not agree with that. And on the other hand, but I can do that. I can find these fine words and make this whole letters, because he wrote a 2-side letter with every detail, and and I want to do. That's clear. When the lawyer says he will do that, that would be fine, but it feels like that. Now he catched me to, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I can live without the money. It's 1,700 euros. It's a lot for me, but I can live without.
Yeah. But now you're playing a game.
Yeah, okay.
It's not right. And what can you do to get that money back without having to pay a price of suffering? Having fun with it. And using everything to just play this game. So you're playing a game to get that money back. And you're using
I don't want. It's totally no. I want to do that. I have, even with the play, I have no clue how.
How to, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like seeing if it's possible to make it a play. Here's this guy. On the other side, he's probably also getting upset, and you're feeling him, and like there's a connection. So not everything you're feeling is you, because you're definitely connected with him, and you're connected with.
Whoa, don't say that. I don't want that.
No, but it is like that.
Yeah,
and so
it is
you're
like
feeling him. Yeah, you're feeling him, and so now how can you play? And just say, listen, you were my landlord, and I trusted you, and
no, I never trust him. I want him with him. He get it from his father. With his father, everything was easy and clear, but with the son, it's then it starts the whole
thing. Okay.
Story. Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible to just like making it a game, just a game. You using any trick you can see that you can play. Or is it, or it's hard to play the game without feeling like a victim. It's okay to feel like a victim. It's also okay, but just that's a price. It's that.
That's. But this is a part of it. Feels like a victim.
Yeah.
So not in my hands.
You know you're not a victim because you can live without the money. And now this guy has crossed paths with a samurai who has a sense of humor and is sharpening her sword, and she's now ready to play a game and see how you can get this, play with this guy who's not being straight, okay. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but it's good samurai training. Or not.
Yeah. In the picture, then when I feel that, I would turn around and go away.
Okay.
That's
yeah. But that's also okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, okay, look, it's not worth my energy. I'm out of here. But then just
Yeah.
being really clear, okay, then it's you just saying, okay, not worth my energy. I've had, you know, so, and then the other opportunity is no. Look, I am a samurai and I
Mm.
can enjoy this stupid game.
Yeah.
And let's see if I can make it fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, you can't make a mistake. If you walk away, you walk away.
Yeah, and as I speak it, I would walk away and you speak your words. Then there was another part. Oh, is it really true that you want to go away? It's the same. The game starts again.
The game starts
It's
again.
not really free. It's not really free, this let me alone. There is some reaction. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just in your own view, is it a little bit more free now?
It definitely is a bit more free, yes.
Okay, cool. Cool. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so you're
It's
learning
just
already.
more to step away and look what the next step will be.
You know,
I will
you
take. I
know,
don't know.
yeah, that's the thing. Once you know you're ready to walk away, then you've got nothing more to lose.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah,
can, once you really know that,
yeah.
what you got to lose
But
now?
yeah, but
Your time
actually,
maybe, but if you play it like, see if you can piss him off, you know, like, you asshole. Why are you playing this stupid game? Give me my money.
hmm
Whatever. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't
I,
know whether this, you know, it's
that's
like,
actually a part that would like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure. You know, it's like that's the samurai training now. So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, you're going into battle, but without the willingness to suffer in it. It's just like you're just there, you're just
Mm,
playing this game. That's it.
yeah. That's
Suffering.
another energy I could learn. And
Yeah, yeah.
most of the time I'm moved away from this. Hey, no, I'm also here. I have a right to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
good.
that.
When you say it, it feels nice in my body. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't move.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we will see.
We will see. Yeah, I'm curious.
I let you know.
Let me know. Yeah, cool.
And thank you for playing.
Thanks, Bettina. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm. Eva, where were you now? Let me see if I can find. Oh, there's.
I had a question that was coming. So let me see how clear it is now.
Your sound is not so great for me now. I can't really hear you so well.
Not an external speaker, so I will maybe.
Is it better?
That for a
Yeah,
moment it was better. Oops. Okay, I've got to turn
yeah,
it
I
down.
changed it to the laptop back again.
Yeah.
Sometimes because it is true that you are, for me, for my sound, quite a lot in lower volume than, for example, other people. So I connect like a Bluetooth speaker, which I put
Mhm.
then on full volume, and then I can hear you
Okay.
kind of normally. So it is a little bit soft, your sound.
Okay.
Again,
Okay.
like I think sometime it was better, but now, yeah, it's
Just going to go back to audio and see if I can turn it. Ah, it's Jesus, went back down again. So, is that better now?
not not really. It's
Okay.
also my washing machine is going here, but it's okay.
Okay.
I can manage. I will just like sit close.
Okay. And that,
Um,
does that make a difference?
oh yes, this
Okay.
helps
Cool. Okay. So
for
that's
me at
good.
least. Oh yeah, I see other people nodding also. Yeah, so I think that's better.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I there was a question coming up, and of course this is comes from a place of yeah wanting to try to find out what's going on, but I just wondered about that because I know in a way, and I realized this the couple of days even more that I have no clue what's going on. Even sometimes I think I know what's going on. I feel things, or whatever the system picks up things in energy, and then sometimes there comes this idea of this means this of this, which is
Exactly.
influenced
Yeah.
by my own conditioning, which
Yeah.
I think then sometimes when I feel something, it has to do with me. So especially with, a person that I think, oh, it's because she, especially when I have already something going on, or which, and then I discover a lot that um, maybe I feel something, I pick something up because something is playing for that person, and then because of my conditioning or whatever, comes in this story of it's something because
Personal. Yeah.
yeah, I did or did wrong, and uh, usually it's not very positive, but um, also sometimes it is. But I wonder because it is true that sometimes I think you have the same, you feel things in your system.
All the time. All the time. I
Yeah.
feel. Yeah. So, but the thing is, it's like there's this idea of a me and of a you. So we have this idea that there's someone there, there's Ava there, and she's responsible for what comes out of her mouth, what she does, and all that stuff. And somehow for me, it doesn't seem that way anymore. It just seems like there's this expression of life that has the name Ava, where there's old information playing, old automatic, unconscious patterns playing. And when I look for, no matter what, how it expresses, I can see it's clear, there's no you that's doing it. And that's a big relief. Because the way we've been conditioned to think is that people have free will, and like in this previous story, the landlord, that somehow he has a choice in how he's functioning. For me, it's clear he doesn't. There's just like the old whatever's playing in him that's playing out in that way. Has a high cost, and he would never function in that way consciously. There's just unconscious things going on.
Yes, there's a part, or am I interrupting you?
No, that's cool.
No,
That's cool. Yeah.
there's a part, I really know this kind of,
Yeah.
sometimes, of course, in the heat of the moment, but I
Yeah.
can, I come back to this, there's a deep knowing that that is true.
Yeah.
Um, However, sometimes I wonder, like, because, for example, when you sit with someone, sometimes you can, because of what you experience in your body, somehow things, like, oh, this means this or this, and then often it's true, or you get information about what something means, or you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Just
I know, I wonder, like, when do I know? Because, yeah, if it's true, because sometimes I also feel things, and then sometimes I think I know what it is, and it's not, and maybe
yeah.
sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's as we never really know, Eva. It's like for me, I'd love to check. This is how it seems here. And maybe it's useful to you, maybe it's not. So that way, it's like I can just bring what I sense or what I intuit, but without that I'm the authority that I really know of anything actually. So, you know, it's
No,
like, yeah,
and I know
yeah,
that you do it in that way, like it just comes to you and you speak whatever is on the screen, but
yeah.
often it resonates.
Yeah, often it resonates because, for one thing, I'm not trying to help and I'm not trying to change anything. It's, there's no investment in it. So it's like then it has a reasonable chance of maybe being useful.
Yeah, and therefore it's good
So,
to check. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, it's like, for sure, yeah, we're very sensitive in like with people that mean something to us when things don't, but we never know. They just say that did they have a bad night's sleep? Are they having a fight with someone? We don't know really. We just sense something, and the tendency is to then take it personally, and it's like, did I do
That's the
something?
thing. Like I
Yeah,
sense something, and then this whole
yeah.
interpretation thing start, and I
Yeah,
notice,
so that's
yeah,
that's a useful starting point. Look, I'm sensing something, and I'm here. It's like, I don't know if you want to talk about it, if you just like to hold hands
yeah,
and whatever it is, or maybe it's just me. I don't know, but like this, I'm just sensing that, and then the person, oh, wow, thank you for being gentle and not taking it personally, or whatever. It's just like, yeah.
yeah. It was at least it's very for me very helpful. Like I suddenly had this like more of a deeper kind of something, fell into place. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I so often feel maybe something, I don't know what I feel, and then I want to know what I'm feeling to
Mhm.
decide what should I do?
Mhm.
Like all this I thing, and then sometimes I don't know at all anymore. Like now I'm in a point that with some things, then I feel something, I don't know what, I don't know what to do at all. So then now I just don't do anything then
Yeah,
until
absolutely.
I know or do something. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is yeah, it's like so much energy goes in that, so it's really nice to really know to feel it's a relief to not know what's going on and not
yeah.
having to know, because
Not
of
having
course
to know.
I
Yeah.
want to know because I think it keeps me safe and then I do the right thing. Yeah, yeah, so but it's funny because I noticed that my this pattern is in a point that it sees that it's not it wants to go there all the time, but then it kind of it stops because it just doesn't know what to do anymore, and then it becomes quite still, and it feels a bit new. So, but
Yeah.
it feels good.
Yeah. Far out. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks, Amy.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oop, my laptop. False.
Mhm. Ah, Mustafa.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Mustafa.
Thank you.
Netta. Hey,
Hi,
Netta.
Isaac. Hi. Just enjoying this satsang with all of you.
Thank you. Yeah, lovely.
Mm. There's just been such a sense of loneliness since my cousin died. And the month of December is supposed to be a family month. So it seems like, and this is all interpretation, it seems like it's coming up more stronger. And trying not to feel a victim about it. So
Yeah,
there's
you know,
efforting.
it's like, in my view anyway, it's worth just looking to see where does the attention go in the circumstance that kind of, brings that feeling on even more. So, like on your screen, there's a death, or someone's not in this plane anymore. And so, it's like the attention goes to that. Sometimes there's a shock because it was unexpected, or who knows, and there's different ripples from that. And then just, in a sense, watch what the attention is doing with it, because it's highly involved in all the feelings that gets generated in there. Yeah. It's not to solve anything, it's not to fix anything, it's just to see how it functions, yeah.
There's,
Like for example, this month, December, Christmas time, family time, or whatever. But actually, that's all made up, you know. It's
I
just
know.
like yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's a funny thing that somehow. But so anyway, we get and you know that a lot of people feel very terrible over Christmas because of those ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just a watch. It's not, you know, it's like, and just to realize it's you're not the only one. And this inquiry is for everybody.
I get it. I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
I'm doubted if it's really me. It's just
exactly.
there's something
Exactly.
happened in my life,
Mhm.
and that's a kind of trigger. But
Mhm.
I guess it's the whole field that's
For
trying to
sure.
feel happy with
Mhm.
the family.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, attention easily goes to the little me, and then everything
Mhm.
starts to
Yeah.
try and make many appointments with friends to
Yeah.
make it through the month of December.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same story over and over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just the habit of always focusing or the letting the attention go to this personality. That's just
Yeah.
such a strong
Yeah.
habit. Like I
Yeah.
need to make it. I need to effort. I need to.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting to see that, too, and just how generic it is. It's like none
Yeah.
of us have the patent on that. It seems to function the same way in all of us. Good to start to catch it and see it. And it's
Yeah.
like,
And the field doesn't help because all expressions of life, at least the human ones, they do that.
mm,
And you are also living in between this kind of fields. So it always amazes me that what I can see is that, yeah, it doesn't influence you just as much as me, for instance, the whole field. Or does it?
yeah, I have no way of knowing that I really had to. So, you know, it's like somehow it's gotten pretty simple in me in terms of just resting, kind of. Yeah,
I like to rest a little bit with
so often.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because you know, besides the larger field where we kind of hear things through the internet or whatever, whatever's going, somebody's reporting from around the world, and who knows what's true and how much of it is just, you know, like looking for agreement or looking for some kind of emotional response to something. But you know, my context is I live with three women. Micah, Caitlin, and Benu are living in the same house as me, and that's my field that I live in. And it's like, could have been a very tricky field, but it's actually gotten so simple and beautiful. It's like, I'm quite amazed at how easy it is. So, but
Yeah.
again, yeah.
I guess you're also helping each other with
Yeah, you know, it's just like,
maintaining the field.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody is kind of, you know, it's like the first few days were a little bit, okay, wow, a new arrangement, a new person in the house, and, you know, where does everyone take their place? And then it just got soft and easy with everyone.
Mm,
Yeah, so,
that's wonderful. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I've been living alone for a long time. And
yeah,
in Amsterdam, it seemed to me, although it was noisier than where I live now, it's more green here, but in Amsterdam, it seemed to be easier to just feel okay.
Mm.
This is just a different energy, this town.
Mhm.
Or maybe that's just a judgment. I don't know. But living alone
So,
is
yeah,
also gives you the idea that, well, you gotta do it by yourself, you know. You gotta
yeah.
you gotta
Look,
bring up your
for sure, look, some people are suited, I could say, to me, it seems like most of us we social beings, and it's like it's not so, but it's how we've gone as a culture in the society. There's so many people living alone, and it's like, well, yeah, it's definitely a lot. To me, we're not designed that way. We're more tribal, is our roots and
yeah.
stuff. But for some people, I think it suits them really well. For other people, it would be kind of tricky, like missing touch and missing someone to say hello to and all that stuff. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy to live by myself, but maybe something is changing. I don't know. Just I find it was always so complicated with relations or
Oh, fuck.
relating or okay, yeah, you know that you've grown over that perhaps, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know really what's happening, but it's good to be here,
Yeah,
Isaac,
great.
with all of you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much
Mm,
for
thank you.
being.
Yeah, and for you too. Thank you.
Mm.
Mm. James.
Yeah, namaste, Isaac. Hi there.
Hey, James. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to expose some defense mechanisms playing, and yeah, kind of weird. Funny, as a, yeah, kind of grew up with in a very evangelical Christian family, with quite a bit of anger. So yeah, it's just, it really kind of, when I look, just reflect on, yeah, it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
And it, yeah, noticing what appear over time more and more fascistic tendencies, and yet somehow there is a deep, I don't know, compassion or sadness about it,
Mm.
But yeah, that's yet somehow there's no doubt there's a because you've talked about the Sahaja state, and that's just here, that is here all the time. It's just yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just good to have a cry and get all that, release some energy from the system. So, yeah. Funny, like as a human being, from the human being point of view, it's funny how after recognition kind of gets more dysfunctional, appear to get more dysfunctional. But yeah, yeah,
To me, it just feels like there's a sweet vulnerability, and just
yeah,
to rest in that vulnerability is beautiful. So,
yeah. Thank you.
yeah.
Anyway,
Sonia.
Hello, Isaac.
Yes, Sonia.
Yeah, 2 days ago, one of my sisters left her body,
Okay.
and it was quite, yeah, not expected.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on, and there's, it's, it's a little bit how, what is the right way to feel now, something
Mhm.
like that,
Yeah.
because um, I'm sorry for her in a way, because, yeah,
There is no right way, Sonia.
yes, I know, but it's
Yeah,
looking
it comes
for,
up. Yeah,
yeah,
it's looking for it. And
yeah,
so I understand that, and
mm,
you also know there is no right way. So you're
yes,
just seeing that what comes up is
mm,
trying to find the right way.
yes, yes,
And so one of the things is to say, what would you base it on? What other people think, on, or what you think, or what would be the basis for how we should
yeah,
know
it's
that?
yeah, it's a very strong conditioning when
Mhm.
somebody, because as a child I often experienced people dying. It was very open in former times when I grew up, but it was always drama, and it was always you have now to feel this or that. So
Yeah. So just looking at, is this based on what other people think
yes,
or
yes, yes,
feel? Yeah,
yes.
just to see that. And so,
Uh,
that's
this is
that's the habit. Yeah.
this is also clear to me, but it's not. There is, I don't know. Yeah. I'm very clear about this. that it's
Yeah.
what
And so
is the point with other people,
yeah.
but there is also something else, which I
Yeah, so then when our system references what other people think, underneath that there's also wanting to fit in, wanting to be,
Mm.
you know, like liked or whatever it is, just fitting in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's quite a, you know, in many of us, that can be quite a strong habit, I could say.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see now something. It's more because in the family I had a special role in a way, and this is now coming up. Now I have to be special somehow.
Yeah.
And this is now yeah.
Yeah. So good that that's surfacing, good to just take a moment and see, is that something that's interesting
Oh.
to continue that, or
Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's good.
and somehow this interest in peace and love has come on your screen and it's there for many years now, and so you know, in your function in this dynamic of this family, just resting with your interest. It's just, you know, then it's that interest kind of becomes available to your
And
energy. Yeah.
what I also can see that this is what I would like to bring
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
my
Beautiful.
family, and this is not, and I don't know how. And then there comes up, I have to do something special so that it transports what.
That's the whole thing. You be peace. You don't have to do anything. You just keep quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just keep quiet. You're taking the opportunity, you're seeing what's coming up, like this feeling of pressure to conform or to be a certain way. And you don't have to do it. You can just know. The interest is to be quiet, to be peace,
Yes.
to be love.
And I was feeling guilty somehow the last days because there was peace and then there were telephone calls and I was just going the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of guilt that I am in peace somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And even that is welcome, you know. Just to see it as peace itself, to see, you know, how much we've been conditioned to pay attention to what other people think. And
Yeah, it's also a little bit like the question, didn't I love her because I'm in peace now? You know, this is this confusion.
yeah. Good. But if that question is coming, it means that actually there's an interest to kind of engage in a certain way. You know, and it doesn't have to be rational. It doesn't have to be eloquent or anything. It's just, yeah, look, you know. For me, it's very simple. The interest is peace, and it has nothing to do with anything other than just being here. You know, it's like my mind and my heart are with her in a sweet way, and I feel at peace.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Once we're just about to need to finish, so just taking a moment to rest together. Thanks, Ava, for hosting. Thank you all for showing up. Love, peace, beauty.